Okay, welcome
to
These Are My Friends.
These Are My Friends. This is a These Are My Friends episode. Just a normal These Are My Friends episode.
This is one of those These Are My Friends episodes where we talk about pretty much anything you can imagine.
Yep.
We zip from one end of the universe all the way to the other at light speed.
What did we talk about first, Dan?
I think the first thing we talked about was my new record that you finished doing the mix of.
I learned a lot from what you were saying because I've never had the opportunity to mix and master a record. So if you're a music buff and you kind of like that sort of stuff, that's what we start off with. Then we go into...
What else did we talk about? We were talking about Ghost.
Ghost. We just started talking... We were talking about Dave Grohl in a haunted recording studio.
Right, yeah.
And if you want to know who else recorded at this cool place, you'll have to listen to the episode.
Tune into that part.
And then we dive into from Ghost to Psychopath test. Is that what we went to next?
Yeah, we took the Psychopath test to find out from this very reputable website, which we forgot the name of already, and to find out whether or not we were nutso.
You're a psychopath.com. And then we end out with figuring out what D&D class I am. Talk a little bit about Google and our tech deck.
Oh yeah, we talked about Google. So
happy 25th.
Happy 25th to you, Googs. So
other than that, these are my friends.
These are my friends. Tell her the fact that it's like, now you know.
That is such a blast from the past. I fucking forgot about that.
Yeah. I want to watch those. There should be a compilation of Did You Know That's and Now You Knows.
Guarantee there is.
Or we just risk the copyright and take that soundbite, and every time we say something, somebody, meaning me, probably will put it in, but probably will mean you. No,
probably. Yeah. Now you know. Let's use it.
We don't have to use every single one. We can just have them.
Just have them as sound effects?
Yeah.
I'm already talking to his people. I'm talking to his manager.
Yeah, ask Bill.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Bill. That's what they'll say when they go to ask him.
Bill.
Oh, Bill. It's your big day. Did they finally ask? And then he'll be like, yes, Bill. These are my friends. Finally asked you to use the Bill, and now you know sound bites.
Tell them they owe me a dime for every time they used it.
Now you know.
Oh, Bill. We talked about hardball. You saw where that got you.
Damn it, Bill. All right. So what's new, man? What's good? What's cooking? What's shaking? It's been a minute.
Yes, it's been a hot minute. We've been in the studio.
Hell yeah.
Rocking, working. Now we're here in the recycling corner. Chilling. I got rid of my beard, threw it right in the trash. I always think it's funny how dudes, I mean, I don't know how you get rid of your beard, but you shave off a big beard and you have to do something with it. It's wrapped in toilet paper and chucked in a garbage. It's disrespect. You should almost feel like you should bury it or something.
Is it bad to flush it? I flush it. I give it a Viking funeral. Yeah.
Do you light it on fire?
And
you
flush it.
Shoot a flaming toothpick at it in the toilet bowl and then flush?
Yeah, man.
That's sweet.
Put 5 layers of toilet paper down or whatever in the sink and then shave over it and then capture the ball and then throw it in the toilet.
It's better than treating it like a Detroit mobster and chucking it in the friggin' trash. rolled up in garbage.
Just giving it the old mat treatment, the old cinder block shoe case. Yeah.
What's burning? Nothing. It's my beard.
I have to honor it.
Have some respect.
Yeah, no, I never thought of that. I just, chuck it down. Is it
chuck it.
Bad for plumbing?
Probably.
Because I get an SOS pad on my face.
That's the beginning of a Goosebumps. The hair monster climbs up out of your shower drain.
20 years.
20 years worth of facial
face
hair.
Pubes.
A Dylan-sized hair man pops out. It's like a Rick and Morty or Adventure Time episode. Definitely.
Dude, yeah.
Talk about pay me later. Talk
royalties,
about Bill Nye.
That's awesome, man.
Help me pay back the Bill Nye royalties.
So learn me some studio shit. We were talking about it. You showed me some shit.
We kind of took a little break there because I was very busy with mixing the TORREFY record. TORREFY being the metal band that plays metal music.
Totally.
Totally. 100%. But the fourth record, we kind of took it a little bit more into our a DIY approach, and I did a lot of I did all the captures other than the drums, meaning that I pressed record, and the gentleman I was recording at the time would play a piece, and we would decide whether that was adequate or we would redo it or whatever. And riff by riff, piece by piece, the album was built over a long period of time whenever we could find time to do it in between practicing for shows.
2 years?
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, yes. It's interesting though, because half the time is spent waiting for like no reason. You look back and you go, why were we not doing it? But it was like all these different things were in the way.
And unless you're like we've talked about multiple times, unless you're a full-time artist and you get paid to do the art, it's wrapped around a busy ass life and a schedule.
That and absolutely 100%. So it's not like we were working on it for 2 years because otherwise, pardon me, I have hiccups. But apparently, but I would be done it like 10 times over by now if that was all I was working on and everybody didn't have jobs and kids and all sorts of different important life things.
Dude, yeah.
That being said, there were periods of time where it was just strictly fear or doubt or just lack of knowing that made us wait around thinking that there was waiting around to do, while we did other things like worked on new songs and whatever, when really all along, now that I've seen it through, now that I understand how well it works, I'm like, we didn't have to wait. We totally could have just gone right ahead and done this. We didn't have to be worried about this or that or questioning. Oh, sorry. Do you have to take that? Huh?
Just turning it off. I swear. Sorry, my phone rang.
Popular.
Nope, never mind. Yeah, my heart transplant will wait.
No. Obviously, in a studio, there's big shame on those moments,
Yeah,
but obviously not. It's 2021. After all.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wait a second, is it?
Hold on.
That's terrifying. People, if you're listening, we've gone back.
Wow, have we ever been at this a long time?
Totally.
This week.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So you've been slanging.
No, I'd have a lot more money if I'd been slanging. I'm not even winking right now. I wish I could say that I was off camera winking and that I was slanging, but I'm not.
Just slanging work ethic.
But no, we've been grinding and finally it got to the point where we have recorded all of the pieces and we're happy with all of it. And so we booked the time in the studio with the gentleman when he could, because he's a very busy guy with lots of bands, and he's a wicked, amazing asset for our band to have found this guy who we work in the studio with, Cody. Anyway, so of course the day approaches when it's time to go in and do the reamping. So what reamping, of course, is we take the direct input signal, the DI signal that I have brought in through the interface into my computer, and then edited and then worked on and made sure we like it and made sure that it was all clean and well done and all the double track guitars and all the stuff. And then we take it to the actual studio and we blast it out of legitimate amplifiers into real microphones at billion friggin' zillion volume. Like, it's crazy. Like, just exploding.
Ears will bleed.
The house is shaking and everything, which is great. It's getting a nice full sound in the mics, and it's just how you do it.
Testing the foundation of the
reamping, house. Yeah, no shit. Or just breaking it.
Just breaking it.
Yeah, crumbling it slowly. Maybe not that slowly, but yeah. So we basically recorded 8 different tones per guitar track. And then sat there and decided, do we like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one? And went through them all with all the different amplifiers, like try this amp with that head, that amp with this head, blah, blah, blah. I just sit back now with my job as the drummer. I've drummed, I've recorded everybody else's instruments. I've edited to the point of where I can't even, I'm like what I like to call cross-eared. Yeah. Because it's like being just cross-eyed. You just can barely even understand what's going on anymore. Like I'm so used to hearing this in the wrong, not really wrong way, but just in the way it's not always going to be, that I'm not even a very good authority on what it should sound like from this point on. So I'm kind of trying to leave it in the hands of people like guitarists to do all the guitar stuff. I'm not going to chime in and be like, as the drummer, right at this point, the guy who's been listening to this random placeholder amplifiers that aren't even the real tones to do all my editing and stuff. I'm not a very good authority on that. My view is skewed completely, right? Totally. My ear is totally used to something else that is not even good. And if I suddenly hear something quote unquote wrong with that, I don't trust it, right? I don't trust my own ear for this project anymore. I have to hand it off to more professional ears.
Neutral.
So Cody has never heard any of this before. He's intimately involved with editing the drums. He already took care of all the drums ahead of time a year ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah. When
we did it. So basically, to rewind a little bit for people step by step, super quick. First, we wrote the songs. Took us years to do that, of course, and get good at playing them, play a bunch of them live, get it to where we're so comfortable with the songs that we felt that we could build what's called beat maps or metronome maps where, you know, a literal beat map goes deep, 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 all the way across at a certain speed. And then it changes and goes deep, 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 even faster or whatever, slower, whatever, based on what the riff is. And we've determined that ahead of time for how many times it goes and blah, blah, blah. We play our song to it, get used to doing that. Then take that into the studio. I play the drums to it to scratch shitty guitars that aren't going to stay there, just as like placeholders, just so I remember where I am in the song when I'm playing in the studio. And I play all my drums as good as I can, get them all done, recorded. Clean. We had 11 mics on the drums. 11 different microphones, all on the drum set, all capturing different spots, overheads, both on the one kick, all this stuff.
Question. So because I'm a drummer as well, but I've never really recorded. I recorded drums once, like a long ass time ago, but it was like 2 mics. I don't know. It was a long ass time ago.
Did you do that yourself?
No, it was like back in school. It was a music teacher did it, and it wasn't great. It was
in like
I think
high school.
Like middle school. I think.
Oh wait, even before. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I was young.
Not like college. Okay.
God no. But like with mics, I just like, because I'm in video and stuff like that with mics and stuff like that, and obviously there's condenser mics and dynamic and like directional mics. Does it ever with drums, because of how punctual the sound is, does it ever cross contaminate through?
All the mics have bleed.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
so that's why you can't
painful?
really edit too. Like you can, but you have to be really careful of what you're editing, because suddenly they'll be like, "Oh, I'll just take a part from over here," and then suddenly like the crash symbol stops in the middle of a fill or something like that, right? And suddenly there's no bleed. That's bad, right? And suddenly, you know, so
something just stops. A
lot of different compression and EQing and spatial awareness, and also just not really being able to edit much. You have to edit the entire section to move it over instead of like one piece or whatever. Right. It's just tough to do if you're going to edit stuff like that. So I had to be pretty bang on, I guess. Right. It's not to say that he didn't still, I'm not going to like sit here and act like he didn't edit and bump my drums around a little bit to make them correct. You know, like this is what happens. I would prefer him do that rather than be like, oh, that snare's kind of late. I just live with it now. Yeah. No, he moves it. Right. But like, he's got to be aware that that doesn't suddenly affect my hi-hat goes, you know, and has a little weird like silence artifact in there or something that makes it sound like, you know, like
pushes it in the wrong way. And now you got,
there's crossfades for that.
Crossfades. Yep.
It's a lot easy. It's like the most difficult thing, whereas like vocals would be like the easiest thing to edit and crossfade and stuff. You can almost make somebody say a different word almost if you are good enough at like editing and crossfading syllables. But anyway, so long time ago, had scratch guitars and built our own beat maps and stuff. We try to do as much of this as we can out of the studio, off of the clock as we can, because otherwise you spend $80 billion, right? If people who go into a studio with no idea what they're going to do and they're just going to start making a record now, either they're not making our kind of music where we have like a lot of intricacies and it's extreme a little
technical,
bit. Technical, I guess, but like,
it's technical.
But they're like, busy, you know, there's a lot going on, so you can't just sort of wing that.
We're not technical, we're busy.
Right. Yeah.
Step under technical.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I guess we have like, I don't know, there's a lot of bands that I would consider technical that are super
I know
beyond.
Tech metal is beyond what, I know what you mean. But
but I mean,
there's still some.
It's kind of easy to say that we're technical.
It's not Metallica.
But we're not that crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I basically did my drums 2 years ago. We recorded all of the guitars to that and the bass and everything ourselves, and then took them to Cody's very recently when it was finally all edited and done to our satisfaction, reamped it all, blasted all of the files through amplifiers as though there's a guy standing there playing it, but it's like the best version he ever did in his life, you know, and then boom, it's done. Yeah. Then you go in, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, I don't know any other record that they don't do that, like unless it's like a live off the floor style record or they spent months doing that. Maybe there's like, you could either do it that way or you could like, maybe you could stand there and try to get the perfect take by playing it 9,000 times in a row. That's another way you could do it. But we don't have that kind of time in the studio. So we do it as good as we can before we go in, and then we go print it in the studio. We get the tones exact. I let the guitarists fight over the tones and make it sound as nice as possible. And then Cody takes his ears to it and places it all in the mix so that they're all, you know, like these guitars are super wide out. And then these secondary guitars are kind of like 40 and 40 or 30 and 30 or whatever. We tried different things, right, to make sure that it's nicely covered. And the bass is always mono because there's only one of it,
Right.
meaning not stereo.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be left or right. It's coming out sort of everywhere or middle.
Of course.
Same with the kick and the snare. Then all the other microphones and stuff are allowed to be where they are in the mix, meaning the overheads. There's like two overheads hearing all the highs and the brights of the crashes and stuff in the room. The hi-hat is apparently the depth. Like apparently, according to all mixing engineers, it's the hi-hat is just the piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's the bleed master. It bleeds into every other microphone because it's like, it's the super loud, fucking horrible frequency that humans like can hear the most almost. Like it's the frequency of humans whispering. And the frequency of like motherfuckers sneaking up on you and rustling leaves. You got to know, right? Like that's the part.
It's there.
That's the part of your ear that keps you alive, right?
Totally.
Like, so suddenly the hi-hat is just like in your face, right?
Yeah.
And then of course the microphone picks up that as much for everywhere. All the tom mics have hi-hat in them and stuff. So you got to EQ that out and then work on it and try to get it as clean as you can so that all these different elements and microphones and guitars and different things have as little noise as possible, because when you get them all together, a tiny little bit of noise per each of those stacks up to be a big shitstorm of muddiness and people can't quite hear what's going on. It's very loud, but I don't know what's happening. Sometimes metal, like old recorded metal or just, DIY metal, that's not separated nicely and mixed properly, it sounds like noise because it's everything louder than everything else. Just and you hear some double kick once in a while and then some guitar and then we hope it's intentional, but like sometimes people just don't know what they're doing or they don't have the budget or it's a raw recording.
Yeah.
That's maybe the intention, but like I just was always hoping that we would be. My whole thing with TORREFY was always just that we've always been pretty happy with our recordings in the past. Like, wow, it sounds great. But I always just wanted, like, the guitarists always just wanted big, awesome sounding guitars.
Right.
The vocalist wants to be able to hear his voice. I want my kick and snare to be loud and thunderous because I think everybody wants that in metal. No matter who you are. Even the guitarists want that because that will make the guitar.
Feel it in your rectum. Yeah.
Right. Everybody wants loud drums, and everybody wants their guitar to be equally loud and not to have like leads be way louder than the underlying sort of middle lower, like ballsier sounding part of the guitar.
Totally.
Suddenly get run over by a giant loud guitar solo where you can't hear what the guitar solo is playing over top of.
Fighting against each other a bit. Yeah.
So it's just all sorts of little things that we've always been there's always been a few wishes left where we're like, I wish that I could have this, or the guitar is like almost big enough, but I wish it was big, you know, or I wish the kick was big. And I just always wish these wishes would go the fuck away. So I'm trying to do it myself. Hope that I don't even care what, like, cause I didn't even send in like a reference, like please make it sound like this Lamb of God album, or please make it sound like Skeleton Witch here, or please, I didn't want any of that, because to me, I'm just curious what, if every instrument in TORREFY is happy with their sound, what is the sound organically of
our sound? Yeah.
That's our sound right there. And I think that's where we're at now. I think we finally got it. I showed you a couple songs. So
and it was pretty impressive, man. I got to say, it was, and it sounded good. And you said it hasn't been mastered.
No, this is pre-mastering. So mixing is almost done. There's like maybe one little tweak or a couple little tweaks that are almost you probably wouldn't even be able to know the difference if I showed you back to back what we're going to plan to do. But unless I told you, then you'd be like, okay, but like it's very minimal. If that even, as it is, I would be happy. Like
it's like I said, it sounds fucking good. Like, and
thanks.
Like my car's got some nice audio
it
speakers.
Sounded good in there.
Yeah, it sounded pretty damn good in there. Yeah, I have the bass turned down a little bit, but anyways,
like I said, just however you listen to music normally, that's what I was looking to do, like to hear it in a comparison. So like, that if you were just going to listen to Metallica or something and you're going to throw it on and listen to music loud while you drive around, how loud would it be? And that's the number you threw it on. So
exactly.
Plus a bit more because it hasn't been mastered yet. So the mastering bumps up everything to be equally loud across all systems properly.
Cool. Right. Yeah.
That's one of the things it does. I'm not even 100% sure about mastering, but basically for me, it's almost like, I don't know. I'm going to explain this horribly and people are going to laugh at me. So how about that? I'm going to do it anyway. So imagine the fish tank this is probably just so dumb. The fish tank is empty, right? Yep. And you've got this awesome castles and fake plants and rocks and gravel and everything looks beautiful. And you're looking at that fish tank, you're like, oh, it's awesome.
Landscape the shit out of it.
And then you put all the water in it and some fish and turn on the light. No, forget the fish. And then turn on the lights. And now it looks full, right? Like now it looks like everything is there. That is a horrible description of what it is. That's not really what it is, though.
I get the analogy, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like taking, you have so much room in the room and everything has its own ratio correct right now. Like,
right.
Like the kick is the right ratio to the snare, is the right ratio to the bass, is the right ratio to the guitars versus the vocals versus the cymbals. Everything is where it should be versus each other. That's the mix.
Yeah.
Right. And the reverb, we've thrown reverb where it's supposed to be. Any effects, any delay.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. That's all the mixing phase. Right. Now we're going to take that, all those tones and everything that we've built and all the sound of it, which is sitting here, like you can't see me if you're just listening to audio, but I'm holding my hand in about a hamburger grabbing position.
Perfectly, yes.
But you put
chicken
McChicken right in that hamburger grab right there. So like that versus, that's all sitting in the bottom of the fish tank.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take that and equally with that same ratio, expand it out to be filling up the whole fish tank properly.
Right.
Yeah, well, I don't know why it's a fish tank. It could just be a speaker because that's what it really is.
It's so it's going to it's going to boost it to a point where it should
fuller. Make you be able to hear everything better.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. See, even I don't friggin' know exactly, but if you heard it back to back, you'll be like, oh, it sounds better.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Make it sound better.
Good job. Yeah.
Good job. It sounds much better. And it's the thing of where, you listen to old dusty underground hip hop and it sounds pretty cool and you turn it up loud and then you put Run the Jewels on right after and you have to turn it down because it will explode your fucking speakers.
Right.
That's what this mastering should hopefully take it to.
It goes from underground hip hop 93 to infinity to Run the Jewels.
Right.
Yeah.
That's ideally what this mastering house should hopefully be able to pull out.
Yeah.
Plus they do little cool things, which they did in our information record. I noticed the difference of a couple spots where right when a spot would drop, you'd hear like, everything's building up. And they would almost like take it away for a quick second. Then boom, everything would drop. They'd add a little, like a punch, little bass punch, something just to make it like
like a smack drop.
I guess. Okay. So maybe this is the case. So mixing, I think, is like handling all the pieces. You're assembling it all. Right. And then mastering is like, now you're going to take everything as a whole, the whole thing, and shine up like all the proper frequencies and bring out all the frequencies in the entire piece rather than fucking with the pieces.
Okay.
I think that might be a better description.
Put it so here, for my Adobe people out there. So kind of like when you're working on a Photoshop thing and you got 27 layers, that's mixing. Yeah. And then when you flatten the image.
Yep. But you're still doing something to that image after.
The whole thing.
The whole thing, right? You're putting your filter over top of the whole thing.
That's mastering.
I think that might be the way. That's
perfect.
I talked for 18 hours and we finally landed here on the two sentences I was trying to get to.
I got you.
Cool. All right, man.
That's a good
cool.
Thing.
Well, let's wrap it up. I'm going to flush these microphones down the toilet.
Yeah.
That was the last thing that I never need to say.
We're going to go to a break quickly.
If they were mine, I would flush them, but they're Dylan. So we're going to go for a break.
And I love these things and they're quite expensive. We're going to go to a quick break here. What's our sponsor today, Dan?
These microphones.
These microphones.
Hold on. No. Monster Punch, Mango Loco.
Is that a real sponsor?
They're paying us lots of money right now. What do you think I mean?
I think you mean Ponster. Ponster.
No, we're just going to blank out everything I said.
Ponster Energy is our ad today.
Our ad is for the recycling corner.
Alpine Dump.
Recycling corner. Where we'll bury your beard.
We got two sponsors today. It's the Alpine Dump and Ponster Energy. So listen to an ad by them and we'll be right back.
Ponster Energy and we'll bury your beard with a ceremonial burial at sea.
The Beard Dumping Company. We'll be back.
Beard Dumping Comp.
You like to bike with your balls out and your handlebar stash free-flowing to Bob Seger? You like sucking on chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze Cougar? You like America, the Good Time Boys, and Johnny Law? Well, power up your man tits with Poncho Energy. Now in Mango. Poncho. South of the border, south of your belt.
Alpine Dump, Alpine Dump. Take your truck to the dump. Dump your dump. Alpine Dump.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Did you learn a lot from that ad?
Yeah. Hopefully. Oh, wait. No. Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me.
I was.
Oh, I didn't learn anything.
Well,
But I will.
Us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes, I did. Thank you very much to the fine people at. Yeah.
Tommy's
We'll put that in
Foot
later.
Supply.
Tommy's Foot Supply. Thank you for all of our foot supply needs. I appreciate all the feet that you sent. Just foot by the foot they sent. It was
by the
good.
foot?
Yeah. That's right. It was
Awesome,
good.
man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, the ad for Foot by the Foot.
Tommy's Foot Supply.
Yeah. I've now listen, I've searched and I've gone to a lot of foot suppliers, and Tommy's is easily right in the middle.
And not just because they're
Entirely
paying us.
average,
Yeah.
at least average, and not the worst. That
He
I've
got the
ever
bunions off my right foot.
had. And I bought them for a discount price.
Still a lot of shit. on
After you
eBay.
got the bunions off, I'm like, dude, you gotta get those bunions off there. I'm not paying.
Yeah, not paying,
I'm not
man.
paying
Yeah.
$683 for this fucking.
Tommy will do it, man.
I know.
That's his mom.
Well, he doesn't come out. It's not Tommy himself. His name's Diego. He works
Oh,
for a
right.
chain called Tommy's. How many different foot suppliers they have?
Is that not Tommy?
Dude,
Oh man, I was calling him Tommy the whole time.
you
Shit.
child. Why'd you grow up?
Anyways, thanks for sponsoring us. We appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it. Tommy's. Diego.
Any more on what you were going with how you were going with?
I don't know what to say to that, but it is alluring.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's good. That's good.
because I got a cool story here about a recording studio. Have you heard of?
I've heard of recording studios. Go ahead. Tell me a tale. Is it a haunted one? Because that'd be sick.
Yeah, it actually
Oh,
is.
shit.
How did you know?
Fuck.
It was called The Mansion. Have you heard of The Mansion? It's in California somewhere, Encino, Fernando Valley.
It's like a horrible beaten down shack, just ironically named
The
The Mansion.
Yeah.
It's like the Playboy Bunny place, but for dudes.
yeah.
The Mansion.
The Mansion.
Damn.
I was trying to record my drums and some guy was just waving his cock around, but I couldn't do it.
But it was half price.
Yeah. Rick Rubin owns it. Okay, so this is two different things. The first thing wasn't real.
Oh, right. Damn it.
So a quote here. I knew the vibes were definitely off, but the sound was fucking on. We started working there and it wasn't long before things started happening. So this is Dave Grohl. He was recording his last album. Not the one that just came out, but Medicine at Midnight. Whatever.
Oops.
They would come back to the studio the next day and all the guitars would be detuned. The settings on the boards would be all messed up.
It sounds like Dave did that. I blame Dave Grohl right now.
Yeah. And like apparently there's certain things that they can't say because they're trying to sell the mansion at the time and he still hasn't fully released it. But after noticing weird open mic noises or missing tracks on the Pro Tools, the band then set up baby monitors to see if they could physically spot what was going on. And as they expected, soon they were greeted with things that they couldn't explain. Then we found out about the history of the house. I had to sign a fucking non-disclosure agreement with the landlord because he's trying to sell the place. So I can't give away what happened there in the past, but these multiple occurrences over a short period of time made us finish the album as quickly as we could.
I just picture them playing double time.
Yeah. The album's 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
that's all we got.
It's a metal album now. Let's go. Let's get the hell out of here.
This is weirdly better. Yeah.
The chipmunk vocals got to go.
Done and done. But so they found in the Encino neighborhood of San Fernando Valley, happening upon a grand Mediterranean style villa secluded within 2 acres of land, giving the kind of isolation Grohl requires when laying down a new record. The place had a musical history. Word has it that John Lennon and Joe Cocker used to hang out there in the 60s and 70s, but for Grohl, the main attraction was the living room, which had fucking amazing acoustics. Cool.
Is it in quotes? Had fucking amazing acoustics.
Yes.
Dave really wants to swear. He wants to say F-bombs, hey?
Yeah, he does. He's just
what a
rock
cool
star.
guy.
Yeah.
Holy
What
moly.
is your feeling on Dave Grohl?
What a badass.
Yeah. Do you like him?
I like him. He's fine.
Yes.
He's fine.
Thanks. I agree.
I would hang out with him and it would be hilarious and he's dope. I have nothing against him, but
Yes.
he's just a ham.
yeah.
You know, whatever.
And Foo Fighters. What do you think about Foo Fighters?
It's not for me, but I have
Yes.
one of my best friends is like, it's
foof-
like his
a foo head?
fucking favorite band of all time.
A Foo Fun?
He's a foof.
He's a foof.
He's for sure a big time foof. And we had him on the podcast, actually, Dan
Right.
Hitchin. It's like his main band. Like
Is
that's
Foof?
dude.
Oh man.
I actually like made with one of my, it was my first ever girlfriend. Yeah, we made him a birthday cake that it had like a giant warship on it.
Yeah.
Because he loves war, obviously. Remember we told you he loves war. What's your favorite war?
What's your favorite war?
But
I don't like to answer that question. Yeah.
The war of the recycling. But anyway, but it said Foof on the side of the battleship.
That's awesome.
Did it icing. It said Foof with like an X with like a lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's dope.
It was tight. But anyway,
I agree with you fully. They are. I like him, and he's cool, and he's a great musician.
If Foo Fighters comes on the radio, I'm happy because my friend Dan really likes them, and I'm like, this is better than almost everything you can have on the boring radio.
Totally.
So nothing against at all.
No.
And I'm pretty sure that Songs for the Deaf is all him on drums, isn't it? Queens of the Stone Age. I'm pretty sure that's like all Dave Grohl. So I really like him as a drummer.
Yeah.
I think he does really creative shit as a drummer. If you ever listen to him drumming, it's like, he's one of the hardest hitting drummers. He just fucking smacks it. It's
sticks.
It's truly a case of a guy who has not had to pay for skins or sticks in a long ass time, and so there's really no reason not to just beat the absolute fuck out of that thing.
Of it.
He's probably never gonna have to play the same skin twice.
No.
So he's just gonna beat the shit out of a fresh skin every time he hits the drums. Like fresh pots, fresh skins. Let's go.
Let's break it.
Like no problem. Why wouldn't you? Fuck it, I would do it.
Totally. But
anyway, I have no problem with him, man. Like I think he's hilarious and whatever.
Well, I was just feeling you out. I'm the exact same way.
I feel like almost the same with Ice Cube, where I'm just like, yeah, he's a Disney guy, but come on, like he's dope. He's been in crazy ass places and ridiculous situations and scenes. You imagine being part of Nirvana? What the fuck?
Yeah,
like dude was doing this when he was so young.
Yeah, just so the life he's led. Like that's man. And you know what? That actually just reminds me of one of the things that I like to think of.
He lost one of his best friends when he was so young.
When he was
lost his band, lost his everything,
and had to go.
Managed to bounce back off it, luckily, and do great things and still be one of the coolest, most hangout withable guys in all of music, right? Like if I'm lucky enough to get to meet Dave Grohl one day and hang out with him, I would consider myself if I've made it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, of course, anybody
I can't front like I'm too cool for Dave Grohl. Yeah, right. Dude is a legend, like a real legend. Has hung out with Jack Black on a friend's basis and made movies as the devil.
If you
come on, bro,
come out and hang out with fucking Bryan Adams, man, I'd just be fucking. You made it,
dude. Forget how amazing he is on drums. He just gave up being on the drums even for that band and just plays the guitar and sings his fucking heart out.
He's just a talented, multi-talented musician.
But you know what? A lot of people find him to be kind of cocky or whatever. But I also feel like some people are jealous and envious.
I think he's not cocky. I think he's genuine. He's just obviously a talented dude. I think the thing that I think of, and he
loves music though.
He loves music. That's just it. But I like Foo Fighters. I'm not but it's so many people that I know. It's like they fucking love Foo Fighters, man, or they just. I don't know. Yeah. It's just like fucking love it. And it's just I like them. And I would say like above average. Like
they're fine. Yeah.
They're fine.
They're just fine.
But anyways, long story short, David's
a lot of bands like that. You don't have to love every single band.
Exactly.
I can definitely appreciate them for what they are. They do a lot of cool things, but
anyways, the mansion. In the hilly surroundings of Laurel Canyon, not too far from the site of the Foo Fighters hauntings, sits a 4-bedroom house known simply as the Mansion. It has a colorful past. Built in 1918, it was owned by famed actor Errol Flynn, while Harry Houdini used to practice his stunts in the garden's swimming pool. And at the turn of the 90s, it was bought as a recording studio by legendary producer Rick Rubin.
Whoa, what a place.
The first band to visit were Red Hot Chili Peppers, who arrived to lay down tracks for their 1991 album Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Yeah. The band were keen to record somewhere unusual to stoke their creative fires, but ended up with more than they bargained for. Bassist Flea apparently saw a woman in black, and drummer Chad Smith felt a presence. Singer Anthony Kiedis once claimed Smith was so perturbed that he refused to stay at the mansion, but Smith claimed he simply wanted to spend more time with his wife. One ghost even supposedly turned up in the form of a floating orb captured in a photo taken by the band. Other people that were there was Corey Taylor recorded with Slipknot in 2003. In 2005, System of a Down recorded like Hypnotized, Mesmerized there, Rick Rubin's publicist. Heidi Robinson Fitzgerald arrived earlier than everyone else to set up for the day's interview and photo shoots. While she was in the dining room, she felt a presence behind her like someone was standing there. Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, haunted house. Mansion owned by Rick Rubin. It's pretty cool. And that's all it really says about it.
So here's an idea. Here's something. I wish that I could be haunted in such a way so that I could see how I would react, because I'm sitting there thinking,
I
like,
do not.
You don't. See, I don't care because it's like, what malicious, like, what are you trying to do to me? You're an orb. A woman in black? Jesus Christ. Oh, no, not a woman. Yeah, so fucking what? She's saying, I'm going to kill you and coming at me. That'd be different. That would suck. But she's not. She's just like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I am a woman standing here. And also she's not.
Avenge
You
me.
saw like out of the corner of your eye or something.
My husband. Where's my husband?
Dude,
I don't know, lady.
I saw a woman in black. What does that mean? Did you talk to her?
Fair enough.
Did she walk up to you
Was
and
it
say,
your shadow?
Hi, I'm a woman. I just bought this black dress.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I
True.
just want to know with all these things. I saw a bright flashing orb and it was a light and it flew into my laundry room. So fucking what? I could still live with that. there's a lightning orb in my laundry room. So what?
Yeah,
it never is there again. Have you ever seen it again? Does it happen every Wednesday?
Spook you?
No.
Yeah.
Spook me in the sense that like I wonder what it is. Just like I wonder what a lot of things are. I don't know.
I would go.
I want to know because maybe if I saw it in person right in front of me, I'd be like, it's going to kill me. Like, what am I worried about? Even then, I'd be like, what is it? I'd be curious. I'd be like amazed. I might be calling, hello, science. I'd get science on the phone because something just happened that isn't unexplainable.
Yeah.
Right, I've got an orb. It's bright. Oh fuck, it's gone. I swear it'll happen again. It's like the mechanic. You get him in your car and your car won't make the sound when you're going over bumps and like going over jumps and shit. I swear it was making a clonk sound before, and now it won't do it. Of course, when are you ever going to get, a ghost scientist in your house right at the right time when there's a ghost? Yeah, right.
So, like, would you go into a haunted house if, like, you ever had the opportunity to go ghost hunting?
I don't like jump scares.
Right.
I don't like the knowing that a jump scare is going to happen and that some university student is going to grab my freaking ankle and I'm going to step and crush their poor hand.
No, not like a haunted house, like attraction, like an actual haunted house.
See, an actual haunted house, I feel like I could go in. I'd be more worried about people and creatures and shit like that, like things that can literally hurt you.
Watched
a fucking ghost. It doesn't seem like how many people have been killed by a ghost, dude?
Me and you got to do this. It's the skeptic and the.
Do you want to go to a ghost?
Yes.
Okay. If we find,
there's a guy that I watch on YouTube.
I'm going to make fun of you and get killed first. That's what's going to happen.
So like, there's this guy, these two guys on this Shane and Ryan.
It's going to be a hobo with an axe.
They do exactly this. It was BuzzFeed, but now they do their own thing. It's called Watcher. Anyways. One's a skeptic, one's not a skeptic. They go,
I could still be creeped out by places, but I mean, I'm down to go, but like, I don't think that literally if a ghost walked out and had like half a head and was like, I was killed by a shotgun, I'd be like, that's sick. Tell me about that, dude. Stay right there. Ghosts are real. You're going to have to tell me about what being dead is like. There's all sorts of excitement that would happen.
I've watched enough TV.
Like, don't bleed your ghost blood on me. Like even then, who cares? Bathe me in your ghost blood. I don't care.
I think it
doesn't seem like it can hurt you.
I honestly like have come up with my own kind of ideas around what it is, if there is an afterlife and ghosts and stuff like that. Because I watch a lot of that ghost hunting shit. And I just don't think there's enough physical power after the point of death to be able to communicate that well. Like the most you ever get is like Mary, and it's like that's
an image or an echo or something,
like a word or see ya. And they have to have these special materials that who knows how the fuck they got that to work? Because what's the science behind making this? What is it? Ectoplasm in the air that can contact this?
No, ectoplasm isn't real.
This EMF or whatever
ghost
the fuck,
blood or whatever the fuck, like ghost
how
liquid?
Does that concur to make this translate to this word? And it's just like blood. Oh, they said blood. But anyways, I just don't think like once you're past the point of it, maybe there is some people that are still kicking around and maybe ghosts are real. I do believe in ghosts. I do believe in something. Who knows?
Okay, so but, if echoes, like think of like so ghosts are like imprints on time space basically. Some people think that, because something was done so many times, the ghost is sitting in his favorite high-backed chair because he would always read the paper there, right? So we see a man sitting in a chair there, right? That's the ghost thing. So in like 70 years or something like that, there's just going to be like, people are going to be like, holy shit, did you see that? And there's going to be ghosts like, would you want fries with that? Like, did you want fries with that? Because there's like an echo in space time because so many people have been saying, do you want fries right there in that one window? Yeah. It's like just the ghost of like the McDonald's worker just constantly like in the drive-through voice because it's been said so many times, hamburgers.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger. bacon on that. Like just
it's a glitch in the fucking. It's like a needle on a record.
People say that like that's what ghosts are, right?
Yeah.
It's something that like is a groove in space time. That's like, oh, the groundskeeper would walk here every morning, so that's why you see his ghost walking there or whatever. The dog, he's walking his dog or whatever, right?
So now he walks his dog for eternity.
On here in Victoria, the Royal Oak Golf Course, we tried looking for the lady's ghost.
Rings the bell or whatever.
Yeah, she like wanders through. Really, we just had to watch out for the sprinklers. That was the scariest part. The sprinklers all came on. We just ran.
My new Nikes, my new Dunks. Yeah.
But
no, like I don't know. And then the other thing too is like that would be really shitty too. Like if you fucking died somewhere and you were there forever or for even 100 years.
Yeah, but time
isn't even a concept anymore.
Yeah,
but like something of your essence is there, and it's just there. Like, anyways, I've watched enough shit where there's weird shit for sure. I don't believe all.
Brody
of it.
was saying in our first ever episode of this that we like even just from like sitting or whatever in it for a while, you leave your like projection or whatever. What was it? It was like my cosmic.
Your cosmic
silhouette or whatever the hell it was.
Like.
God damn it.
We're broadcasting out of Dan's in the landfill.
Oscar the Grouch's house.
Yeah.
Climbing up out of the I love you.
But anyways, yeah, I know. Anyways, ghosts are cool, dude. I think they're real. I think there's something to be said about them, but I don't know. There's not.
I think they're real.
How
cool.
has nobody got like an actual
Can you imagine
sick evidence?
Can you imagine? Well, because it's
just like a door opening.
Because a lot of the time, I think.
I think they just don't have enough power. They don't have enough power to do anything.
Here's something. I don't want to say it's all in people's heads because that sounds like I'm discrediting what it is.
Yeah.
I think that
Dan Aykroyd would be very upset with you.
I don't mean that it's all in people's heads. I mean that in the sense that the radio antenna picks up the radio, our brains are like the antennas, right? So we're tuning into certain things that it doesn't mean the radio signal's not there. It means that it's something that we only see by having a human brain. Like you can't, it's not just there without us having a human brain to observe it, right? Necessarily. Perceived. I could be wrong, but it's only perceived maybe.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it's not real, but this is where reality gets kind of weird, right? Like, is it real or not? But
totally, man.
Damn, what was I just going to say about that though?
It's just skewed, and basically one of those things where like, yeah, I just think with all the like I've watched stupid amount of Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, BuzzFeed and saw like all this shit. I like that shit. It's funny. It's cool. And I just think that the amount of evidence that they get and stuff like that, like it just time and time again proven like weird shit happens, and kids are really in tune apparently with seeing ghosts, which has something to do with past lives and maybe reincarnation and stuff. But the amount of times that people have gone out and searched and have had the opportunity to prove full on experience, I just think that when they're in that state, they don't have enough power to fully be like, hi, I'm a ghost. I was shot by Daniel John Winfred.
No, I don't think it works like that. I don't think it has like a consciousness that can talk to you that way. It's almost like an echo of time.
Because a lot of the people try and communicate with them, and they're communicating, and then the words they get back kind of do and don't make sense. But a lot of them use flashlights to communicate.
Like what I mean is like you could. Well, people will say like, well, how does it explain? Same if like a whole bunch of people, maybe they're on some kind of hallucinogenic drug and yet they all somehow see the same thing and they could all explain to each other what they just saw. I'm like, yeah, I saw the thing too. And with the both say at once blue octopus and yeah, we both saw blue octopus. What the fuck? Right. That's so crazy. Right? Weird. Why are we both seeing this ghost at once and looking at each other? Like, you see this, right? Yeah, I see it too. Run away. Those experiences that have happened that are inexplicable. Right.
Yeah.
I am sitting in the car next to the guy at the stoplight who is listening to the cue as well as I'm listening to the cue. We both heard that same sound, didn't we? We're both tuned into the same radio station right now, completely attuned in the same circumstances. Maybe we're on the same, consciousness level. We took the same amount of mushrooms, whatever the hell it is, right? We're in the same radio station.
My DMT level in the brain is the same as yours.
And something very real occurs in front of us. Maybe it's a static interference of some kind that we can't explain. I don't know everything that happens in the universe. I can't explain all the different gamma rays and omega ray, all the things.
Yeah.
But maybe whatever we did allows our senses to quickly tap into whatever at the same time, and we both see that thing. Maybe it looks a little different in both of our heads, but we'll never know that. For all intents and purposes, we both just saw an outline of a guy. yeah, I saw him too. Holy shit, right? So now we're both hearing that blurry same kind of thing. We're both tuning into it with both of our antennas in the same place. So it's like that. I think that's like sometimes what ghosts are.
Yeah.
Just like we know that music doesn't really it's not universal. Like I don't think all animals react to music and understand that it's music. Right? Like, and
I think I've seen my cat bob his head once or twice.
Who was it? Were we just talking about? I don't remember if it was who I was talking to about this, but they can probably explain it better. But just basically like you can hear, everybody hears like a stick fall in the woods and everybody goes, yeah, that's a stick falling in the woods. We all recognize it.
Yeah.
Just like we all recognize like, the sound of a chicken. Oh, that was a chicken. We all get it, but it's not music. But we all recognize music to be music. We're all like, only humans do. Whereas animals and stuff, they just hear it and they don't necessarily differentiate it. I can't remember who it was, the point we were talking to about this, but basically music only exists in human minds is what that means.
That's a cool concept. Never thought about that.
It's not like other things understand music to be music. They go like, noise or whatever. Just
or if you're watching TV and you're watching a program and your dog's watching TV. It's so cute. But they're just watching shit.
The dog hears the dog bark and goes, yep, and hears that shit. Yeah. Dog hears music come on in the background and doesn't.
They're just staring at a screen with things moving, but it's the concept of what it is nothing. It's
until maybe a dog comes in a dog shape comes on and then they go, I know that one. And
I know dog.
Like a couple things, right?
Right.
But it's just interesting that like most things won't probably recognize music to be music except for humans.
Totally. Yep.
Anyway. Or maybe some apes and stuff, but
so long story short, ghosts are cool, and
I just think they might only get picked up by certain antennas.
Right. So we need to go on a ghost adventure, and you need to fucking see a ghost guy that doesn't bleed on you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's got to be something, man. You can't have that many people who think that ghosts are real and wonder where the dead went and have experiences like this and out of body things and spiritual experiences.
Have you ever had a supernatural experience?
Yes and no, but all of it was sort of fueled by other people's expectations of something happening around me and believe the hype kind of, but also knowing in my heart, no. Really.
And so if somebody asked you right now, like yes or no, do you believe in ghosts? What would you say?
I believe in something. I don't know. It's like agnostic. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I would say no, not in the sense of like a spooky kind of specter could come out and affect the world around.
Right.
But I do think that drawers open sometimes weirdly. And I think that like
something did that.
A cupboard
that's not
opens.
A human.
Yeah. Or something, some force definitely like pops open a door when it's not supposed to, or turns a knob when it's not supposed to be turned. Definitely some shit happens. I can't explain that away and say it doesn't happen.
Crazy.
Is it a dead person going, I have an unfinished business and like fucking putting the soap in the wrong place or something? Like, no, like there's so many ghost things that are just so fucking dumb where I'm like, if I could talk to this ghost, he's got like a butcher's knife sticking in his head or something. And he's like,
worried about where the soap resides on the sink.
I need to finish my Call of Duty game or I can't go to my grave. What?
I need to stack the chairs on top of each other. Yeah. Stacking chairs.
Or even at that point, my murderer, right? I gotta have vengeance for my death. Like, no, dude, just be dead. Like, it's fine. You can, as if a corpse wants to stand up with, like, I think that people forget that, like,
vengeance. Vengeance so I could sleep. Like, that
bodies are like
annoying
machines. Yeah. And when you just break part of the machine and it's no longer powered or on, it's not like it can just like still function, even though like say some necrotic force comes in and like reignites the brain part and just like turns it into a zombie. That body still doesn't work. It still needs like oxygen to get certain things. It still needs like blood to pump. It still needs all these things to even function. So it will just like not work.
Right. I
don't know. There's certain things that are just kind of funny about.
But it gives you appreciation.
Necromancy. People don't understand.
Yeah. I don't know. It gives you an appreciation of where we're at. Like, because like a lot of the things that I've watched, it's just like people like their lives fucking sucked. Like, so a lot of the stories were like just people back in the day in like prisons, like old school prisons in like the 1800s. Basically, their whole life was they lived to like 15. They did something kind of bad. They got thrown into prison with 7 other people. And they just literally, one I just watched, I can't remember what prison it was, but they would be in isolation and there'd be like 7 of them in an isolation chamber. And all they could do is, they were called the bobbleheads because all they could do is bob their head. That's all they had for fun, was bobbing their head. And then a lot of them would smash their head against the wall to kill themselves. Well, trigger warning.
That's
you're
supposed to say it before you say a horrible thing. But that's what I would do also.
They would just call, like they're like, and that was their life. And that if you prescribe the theory that there's one go round, one trip, one ticket per person, that was your ticket, was coming on Earth for 18 years and then smashing your head against a wall. Like, fuck. That was a bad trip to Disneyland, man. Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether to smash my head on the wall or be appreciative, so I'll just be appreciative, I guess.
So, anyways, long story short,
Anyway.
so we're going to go into a new, higher, uplifting segment of the show.
Comes back as a ghost, freely walking around and like changing people's cupboards and like fucking switching people's underwear drawer around and stuff, switching it for the pants drawer, so they'd be like, "What?
Why are you doing this?
Oh, this guy's gonna be so like what?
Confused.
Yeah.
That's for throwing me in the gulag. So we're gonna go. We got a new episode of Tech Deck. Google just turned 25. So Google just turned 25 last week, but we were going to do this one last week. But
And I turned 168.
Yeah. Days.
Happy birthday
Weeks.
to Google.
25 years, man. That's pretty good.
It's now a smart-ass adult.
Its
brain has finally finished developing.
Do you know what a Google is? Or a goggle?
A Google is a large number. I think it's like I think Googleplex is the largest. I think the number, like the largest number that you can count before it gets to be infinity. And I don't know if that's correct, but I think that
A one with 100 zeros.
A 1 with 100 zeros?
Yeah.
That's what a Google is?
Yep. It launched in 1998, 25 years ago.
What's Googleplex? Because I thought that Googleplex was the number of like, I think it's like I can't remember now.
It just keeps going or something?
Somebody I read, this could be just totally out of just crazy books here, but I remember something was like in size 12 font or 10 font or something like that. It was like the number of like, if you were to write from the surface of the earth, zeros back to back all the way to the sun. That's the number.
Holy shit.
Like think of that
in
number.
Size 12?
In like size 12 text.
Fuck.
Yeah. So like
pretty big number.
That's a lot of decimal spots, right? So that's like think how big numbers can be when you start getting to like that. No, that was a Googleplex, I thought. But I could be wrong. Yeah. Oh. You know how big is that? It's like that's the number. I just said it there. No, that's
you have
like
to chop your tongue off to say
a few more zeros. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Pretty much.
Okay.
English is so limited.
Apparently 30 is so what they did is they put a bunch of numbers and then it was give a description of what the number is related to Google. So anyways, I'll give you a couple more. So 30, the maximum number of seconds you have to unsend an email in Gmail, which I didn't know you could do that. You can unsend an email in Gmail. Pretty cool.
All right.
500 plus, the number of landmarks currently available in Google Maps Immersive View. So
How
you
many?
can go to 500 I think you can go to the Grand Canyon and shit if you want.
Just zoom around in there on Google Maps.
Yeah, you don't have to go there physically. You can go there on Google Maps.
And get all the wonder of it.
Yeah, take it all in. Just take
Easy.
it all in.
Wow.
10 million. The
Why
number of
travel?
miles we've mapped with Street View car, enough to circle the world 400 times. That's pretty impressive.
Did they circle the world 400 times?
All their Street View cars together, added up. Yep. 200.
Wow.
How many estimated years of typing searches autocomplete saves per day? 200 years. Like, you know how you type in how many pregnant girls have I impregnated and it like autocorrects? You know what I mean?
Loading, breaking the internet.
It saves 200 years a day for people. Think of that. That's a lot of autocomplete. Because it saves, I guess, like probably like half a second every time you do it, or like a second of typing.
So many. That's too big. That's so much.
How many estimated years of typing searches autocomplete saves per day? Yeah, it's pretty nutty, man. 10 to 15. How many seconds?
Oh,
you can
I see.
whistle
How
or
long
hum?
it saves.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see what you're saying.
Yeah. Have you heard of this? Which I didn't know until I was researching this either. 10 to 15. How many seconds you can whistle or hum when using hum to search? So apparently Google has an app where you can hum a song and it will fucking pick the song. And it's called Google Search Widget. Tap the mic icon and say, "What's this song?" and then hum.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty nuts, man.
Should try one. Just hum like arrhythmic bullshit and see if it finds something.
Mongolian throat singing. Yeah.
That's not right. That's not what they.
That's
What is Mongolian throat singing? It's like it's like it's way cooler than whatever you did.
Whatever. Mongolians. That was the name of the song. Mongolians throat singing.
That's your new R&B album.
Yeah.
I want to go to Mongolia.
Mongolian
Okay,
throat
well,
singing.
stop right now.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Just for us. I got to switch the camera over. One more ad.
Mongolian throat singing lessons.
I hit the wrong fucking button.
All hands on deck! All hands on deck! Ahar, matey!
Arr! Abandon ship! Ahoy! Batten down the hatches! Blimey! Blow me down! Blow the man down! Cleave him to the brisket! Aye! 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 Fire in the hole! Fire! Full ahead! Heist the Jolly Roger! Dead men tell no tales. Feed the fish. Fire in the hole!
And we are back.
All right. I don't know what happened. I think both of us got a horrible fever for about 5 minutes.
It was awful, man.
And it broke finally.
Okay, I've got one more thing that I want to do on this podcast, and then I think we'll wrap it up. Is there anything else you wanted to wrap up?
Oh, I wanted to see what D&D class you were. We could do that a different day.
No. We'll do that.
It might take a long time. I don't know.
We'll do this, and then we'll do that. We got time. It's only been 40 minutes.
Might be 2. We'll do it in 2 sesh maybe.
2 sesh?
I don't know.
Do it in 1 sesh?
All right, 1 sesh.
Okay.
This will be an action-packed podcast full of a roller coaster of various things. Do you believe in ghosts? Are you a rogue in D&D? Like, do you live in Oscar the Grouch's house? Yes.
Yes to all the above.
Garbage can. Yeah.
So the last thing I have for us before we do that is a psychopath test.
Okay. What kind of psychopath are you?
Yeah. Okay. So we got the psychopath test. This is going to be for me and you. I haven't actually seen the answers yet. So I hope they're cool. If it's very stupid, then we'll stop immediately. But if it's cool, then we will see how psychopathic we are.
You be the judge.
Yeah, you out there be the judge, not this
No, we will.
quiz
Don't
that
worry.
we're doing.
We'll be the judge.
Okay, so it's a couple riddles. We're going to have to answer the riddle, and it will tell us if it's, I guess, we're a psychopath or not.
Nice.
So the riddle is...
Bet I am.
I bet I'm not. No, I bet I am, and I bet you're not.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's my bet.
Okay.
So the riddle is, a woman is at her mother's funeral when suddenly she sees a man so handsome she instantly falls in love with her. Wait, what?
With him.
Unfortunately, she never got a chance to talk to the man. The next day, the woman kills her sister. What was the motive? Okay, so a woman is at her mother's funeral when suddenly she sees a man so handsome she instantly falls in love with him. Unfortunately, she never got a chance to talk to the man. The next day, the woman kills her sister. What was the motive? What was the motive, man? So it's something to do. Why would she kill her sister?
I guess you're supposed. What are you? You're supposed to say that she killed her sister so there wouldn't be competition for her to date this handsome man.
If you're right, then you're a psychopath.
Is that why?
I
Doesn't
don't
make
know.
any sense. What else are you trying to get? Like, I don't know what they're trying to get at.
I couldn't even begin. That sounds right.
I don't know.
Was there? Oh, her sister is. Oh, her sister is married to the man.
I guess because at the funeral she would only be with people there would only be people she knew there.
Yeah.
Not really though. There could be a handsome man,
Just
one of his homies there. Or whatever.
Okay. Well, are you ready for the answer?
Her mom's funeral.
A woman is at her mother's funeral. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's at her mom's funeral, so she sees a handsome man there.
Yeah, it could be.
You're allowed to see a handsome man. We don't know anything about this woman.
Could be the crypt
She
keeper.
can do whatever
whatever
she wants.
What do you call those people that take care of dead?
Maybe it's a handsome crypt keeper. What do you do? I keep a crypt. What? A crypt. You know, I make sure it's
So
nice.
dreamy.
I'll keep it nice. I'll keep my crypt nice.
Okay, I got the answer.
Do you know there was an answer? There's a right answer here.
The woman was hoping to see the man again.
Yeah, that was what I thought at the beginning too. I was just like, she just wants to make a funeral happen.
Yeah, if you got this on the first
like,
try, you have the mind of a psychopath.
I have the mind of a psychopath, I guess. Damn, internet.
Okay.
That was it. That was the whole test.
No, there's another one.
Oh, okay. Thank God. We can't base it all off of one.
Yeah, there was just one.
situation.
Terrible test. One day, the police found a man dead inside a hut. In his left hand, he's holding a gun. In his right hand, he is holding a recording. When the recording is played, the police hear the man talking about how horrible life is and how he wanted it to end. The recording ends with a gunshot. The police are about to call it a S word until you point out a very important clue. What is it? So you hear a shot at the end of the recording. I'm going to say...
The recording is not continuing. It's not still playing.
No, wait.
It stopped recording.
It stopped recording. How would he have stopped the recording
Otherwise,
if he
it
shot
would just be
himself?
recording forever and ever and ever.
Yeah. The recording played a gunshot inside it. If the man committed the S word, he wouldn't have been able to stop the recording after he pulled the trigger.
Guess we're in.
We both.
I guess we're psychos.
We are psychopaths. Well, I'm going to give you like 0.5 for the first one because you thought of it, kind of. I didn't at all.
Yeah.
So far, you're more psychopathic than me.
Yes.
I'm winning.
Okay.
Merry
Whoa. October, everyone.
Merry. Here, Johnny's A+ is this one. Johnny's dad had told Johnny that if he could get an A+ on his final exam, he could get an ice cream flavor he wanted plus a pizza. When the day for the final exam came, the professor said, "There are 3 questions on this exam. You will have 1 hour to answer them all and no more. Anyone caught taking any longer or cheating will get an automatic F." When Johnny received the paper, he read the first question. As he read it, he realized the exam was no piece of cake, so he worked as hard as he could. When he finally finished question 1, he checked the clock. There was only 5 minutes left. At this rate, he wouldn't be able to finish in time. As Johnny looked around, he saw that there were hundreds of students and figured that he could get away with an extra few minutes. Holy fuck, this is a long one. So he worked away past the hour mark. As Johnny went to turn in his paper, the professor stopped him. "Young man," the professor said sternly, "I saw you keep working long after the 1 hour mark. You were caught cheating and will get an F." Thinking quickly, Johnny replied, "Do you know who I am?" The professor stoically responded, "I neither know or care who you are. You need to learn respect and discipline." "Good," said Johnny, and he ran away. Good. When the day for the exam scores to be announced came, Johnny received an A+. How? Holy fuck, that was a whirlwind. Why did he get an A+?
Because he threatened the guy? I don't know.
Do you know who I am?
Worked really hard. He's Johnny after all.
Johnny's dad is a psychopath.
Johnny's dad he'd get a delicious pizza.
And
ice cream flavor, not that he didn't want, but that he did want.
And we all know that in Boston, Johnny's dad says pizza, he really means that he's going to off you. You know, that's what a pizza is with an extra flavor. Baskin Robbins, 55 ways to die, 55 flavors. That's what it is, right?
I didn't realize. I guess you're insane, Dylan. Whoa.
This was all set in Boston. Johnny's dad. Yeah.
Man,
all right.
Man is off his rocker over here.
Do you have any idea what this could? Why?
I don't know. I feel like he threatened him mildly. He doesn't know what his name is.
"Do you know who I am?" the professor stoically responded. "I neither know or care."
He got an F.
You need to learn respect. Yeah.
For having no respect and continuing after the hour.
So the answer is, when the professor confirmed Johnny's anonymity, the professor didn't know who he was. Johnny quickly slipped his exam paper into the pile of exams and ran off. So the professor wouldn't know which exam paper deserved an F. Congratulations on sticking through the whole riddle. That's so stupid.
Yeah, we didn't see him do the slipping of the hand thing. You can't just leave part of it out.
You can't just assume that that's what he did. He just he's in front of a guy talking to a guy. That's like such a Family Channel thing to do. I didn't. Oh yeah. Yeah. Do you know who I am? I see you do that, Johnny.
You don't know who I am, so I guess I will just... Damn, I can't find it in there.
I'm talking to you. I see you slipping your paper in under a bunch of other papers. That was a bad one. This one's one sentence. "Joe is turning 17 this year, yet he turned 16 yesterday. How is this possible?" Leap year? Nope.
What?
Joe is turning...
was his birthday. He's still going to turn 17 this year.
Joe is turning 17 this year. He turned 16. Yeah. Joe's birthday is on December 31st, the last day of the year. The current day was... It
could still be this year.
Yeah. But it's that old...
Yeah. See you next year.
Yeah, see you next year bullshit. Yeah, fucking thanks, Dad. "If you see me, I see you. If you move, then I'll move too. When you touch me, I touch you.
A reflection. A mirror.
I do everything you do except for one thing. No matter how hard I try, I can never speak. What am I?"
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're right. The boogeyman.
That was crazy.
You're a psychopath. "One day a king asked his advisors, 'What should I do if someone touches my mustache?' Mustaches are a sign of power." It has in quotations.
If you guys could see me right now, you'd understand what they're talking about.
This man has a mustache. This man has power. The first advisor said he should get his hair cut off and be hung. Whoa, hey, holy shit. Bro. The second one said he should be stoned to death. The third one,
don't cut his hair off. Chill. Jeez, you don't need to be cruel.
The second one said he should be stoned to death. The third, being the most clever of all, said he should be given sweets. The shocked advisor and king. Why would the third advisor suggest such an idea?
Sweets? Why sweets? Tell me why sweets before I feed you sweets.
Okay, I think this is the last one we're going to do.
That good, eh?
Since mustaches are a sign of power, the only ones daring enough to touch someone's mustache, especially the king's, would be a child. So,
What?
so are they saying lure kids to get killed? Is that what that's saying?
What?
I don't fucking know, man. Anyways, wow. So we're both not psychopaths, but we're also both mildly fucking stupid.
Confused. Yeah, I think that I've lost a few brain cells.
Just from reading all
Just
that
trying
shit.
my best with that one, giving that benefit.
All right, what class am I?
What a dark corner of the internet we found.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. See, it's hard to create certain types of content when what you're looking for is to react to something, but the thing you can't go into it and look it up first and be like, yeah, this is a good one.
Because then you would know.
I want to react.
Yeah,
Legit.
exactly.
I don't want to act like I'm reacting. I really want to react to a thing. So
Yeah.
I'm like assuming this is going to be a good thing to react to. And quite often it is, but sometimes you just end up in some stupid, depressing corner of the internet where you're like, oh my God,
And hey, look at it. We just saved you guys an hour.
It's the equivalent of when you're like, no, I think the venue is over here, and you're like driving a van full of people and equipment, and you just go down a back road that ends in a cul-de-sac, and you're like, yeah, I did wasting everyone's time.
Yeah.
This is for nothing, and I'm glad we looked at the houses down here. That's great.
Something to learn from all that is to don't
turn off the podcast. No,
no, don't do that.
Don't do it. Come back.
No, I've seen people do that before, and there's some better ones. I can't remember it, or I recite it, but those weren't it.
Okay, let's start the quiz here.
Okay, let's do it.
It's loading. I pressed start quiz.
So do I. So
We're
exactly.
at the mercy.
So I like reacting to things too. So this is Dan's brought to the table. Am I answering this?
I had to refresh it and see if I hit start quiz. I was gonna enter your name. Maybe it's why I need to read. So what your name? Delonius.
Bolonius. My name is Rapid D. I'm a digestive help pill.
Dilionius I have by accident. I don't want that. I just want Delonius.
Dilionius.
Like Delonius monk.
Sounds like a majestic clown of yesteryear.
Start quiz. All right. Question 1 of 10.
Cool.
What is your style? Might, magic, or guile? Or some combo of all of those. So the first one here.
What is a guile?
I'm gonna sneak up on you here. I'm gonna come over so you can see what I'm looking for. Guile is like trickery or like getting people to like you, or it's like charisma and that kind of shit.
Sweet.
Sneakiness. So it's like might, nice and direct, like a fighter. Magic can cover for the other two, so we'll take that. Go with guile. Direct approach is neither the best or safest. Might and magic. Who says mages have to be squishy? Guile and magic, the thinking man's approach. Might and guile. Maybe I'm tough and nimble. Okay. A bit of everything. So it's basically like, you understand it's asking you basically the mage, fighter, or rogue, or some combo.
Yeah, D1 shit. I like I like tough and nimble. I think I'm tough and nimble.
So like rogue and fighter. Okay, yeah. So might and guile. Maybe I'm tough and nimble. Okay, yep. So that's next. Question 2 of 10. What is the best way to better oneself and become great? Hardworking study and or dedicated discipline, being naturally talented at things and just sort of shaping the talent, observing and contemplating the world around you, allowing it to inspire and teach you, following the advice and example of those who are greater than yourself, using your own internal judgment to carve your path, or experience, trying as many different things as possible. You need to take a bruise to learn how to deal with pain.
Number 3.
Number 3, observing and contemplating the world around you, allowing it to inspire and teach you. Is that what you're thinking? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Next. At what range do you prefer to fight?
Medium to long.
So medium to long, I prefer to stay out of close combat, but be close enough to support my allies. Next.
Activate.
What is your weapon of choice? My body is my primary weapon. Light weapons, such as daggers and short swords. Quick and easy to conceal. Versatile weapons, such as long swords, spears, can
whatever
be wielded.
Katanas are. I like a nice quarterstaff. I like bonking people. Or a katana. I'd say versatile weapons.
Yeah, versatile weapons. Okay, cool. You supplement your martial prowess with
Mobility.
some mobility more. So, what is the best source of power?
Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you are Delonious Monk.
I
What do you think of animals?
love them.
Tasty. Great beasts are worthy prey. Animals are better company than people most of the time. Summoning magical creatures to help in battle is pretty useful if that's what you're asking. I never really liked animals. The nature of natural world is fascinating. They're all right.
What is? I like animals. I like turtles.
8 of 10. How much magic would you be willing to learn?
I think that one.
Magic holds the potential for great power, but it is too broad as a whole. Focus more intensely on more narrow scope.
Yeah.
And master that. Okay.
Precisely.
Okay. How good are you in a social situations? Amazing. I maneuver social waters easily, and people usually have an opinion of me very quickly. I do all right. Not the most popular person around or anything, but I have a certain magnetism. Average, nothing to write home about. I'm kind of a loner by nature, so that pushes some people away. Animals love me. Oh, you meant like with people. Not very good. I'm either awkward or can come off as abrasive.
I mean, these are all kind of bad, but I'd say the first one. I'm
Amazing,
pretty
maneuver socially. Yeah, you're not afraid. Yeah.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Afraid of no peeps.
Last question.
Last one. What would you say was your greatest asset? Strength, really physically strong. Dexterity, I'm nimble, agile, and precise. Constitution, really tough and healthy all the time. Intelligence, I possess the drive to learn. Wisdom, I'm perceptive and insightful. Charisma, I'm likable and possess a forceful, confident personality.
I'd use cheekbones. I think my cheekbones is my best asset.
So we're going to say strong? No. Charisma?
Charisma, sure.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Okay, charisma. Next. Going to be drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. This is what I figured.
A bard?
You're a bard.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know what a bard is?
Isn't that like a ukulele playing guy?
Well, you could play all instruments, but yeah.
He sits at the bar and goes, tra la 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 la. Is that what a bard is?
If he's really good. You're a bard. Your power comes from your personality, inspiration, and manifests in evoking emotions in others, whether positive or negative, known as entertainers, travelers, and people of the world. Bards are notorious jacks of all trades, often having at least a passing knowledge of any given skill. Mostly, however, they are well known for their ability to talk their way out of almost any situation and befriend just about anyone. Bards use their performances to inspire others and can learn a wide variety of spells, even those normally exclusive to other classes, to supplement their already wide repertoire of abilities. A bard is a witty and versatile character that rarely excels in any particular area, but can adapt to almost any given situation and escape almost any bind.
So basically, that was a 5-minute quiz to tell me I'm an NPC.
No, dude, don't do bards dirty like that, bro. Bards are great. You know, bards can like.
Can you be a bard in anything? Like
bards can basically like start playing their like instrument or like a drum or like a violin or something.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm a musician.
Flute,
that's cool.
Any instrument in the middle of battle and literally give magical inspiration to their like warriors to hit harder and shit because of the song they're playing. That's like one of the most badass shits ever. I love bards. I think they're so fucking dope.
Okay,
Imagine an evil bard with like gnarly metal or something playing like that. Would
That's
be sick as fuck,
pretty bad.
dude.
Okay, I changed my attitude.
One of my
bards.
favorite characters that I've ever made is in Baldur's Gate, which I've only got like a little ways with this character because Kennedy and I were playing both as a co-op with two controllers split on the same screen. And we were both running around at once in the same party.
Yeah.
And she had like a ranger elf, a high elf ranger, druid kind of animal summoner person.
Yeah.
And I had a barbarian. So it was like
barbarian?
I had a barbarian, golden, like a golden dragonborn dude. There was like a huge golden dragon that was a barbarian and could roar and like fight and throw guys and stuff. And then I put a couple of points of bard into him so he could play any instrument and like play lutes and like, so I had him like a couple times go up and like in the goblin camp where we had infiltrated and rolled enough successes and talked to them. And I had a drow character or whatever. And we like made friends with the goblin camp so they weren't attacking us and we were just chilling in there talking. And like one of them, like you see a couple of them have certain like instruments on them. Like one of them has a drum and one of them had like a lute or something. And I pulled out like a lyre or something like that, or a drum, or I can't remember, a flute, and started jamming. And you do a roll. It does a dice roll for you for how well you do. Like in D&D, like if you actually start playing, you'll roll for how good you did at the performance. And I rolled like a natural 20.
Yeah.
And so my guy's just
He melted his face.
just playing the most beautiful, like just most
This is in Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah.
It
and
does this shit?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the other goblins get up and they're like, cool. And they get up and start like playing drums to it and they're jamming. Like the two guys were jamming with my guy. And my dude's standing up on this plinth thing, like playing whatever instrument, and like they just jammed in, and I was just listening to the beautiful song they made.
That's
the three of them. I'm like, dude, this is so cool. Like the game is crazy, man. Like I think I said before, but if you missed the podcast where I said this, that game blew me away from the get-go because I had my fighter pick up another creature and beat down another creature with it, killing them both in one move.
That's fun.
Like just picked up this squirming imp creature and just beat down a hellhound.
So like besides playing D&D, this is like as close as you can get to D&D.
Yeah.
But also like
it
a
would
very
teach you how to
interactive.
Yeah, it like basically teaches you how to play D&D, basically. Like,
because did you ever play the first Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But way more intuitive.
Yeah.
Or way more going on. Yeah. Obviously, it's also
like that.
30 years later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Crazy, man. Well,
it's really cool. But anyway, yeah, we'll end on that, I guess, because we went meandering as we do. This is why we can't do anything, man. We can't like explain to people what our podcast is about because we're so ADD that we just fire from like left side of the universe all the way to the
ghosts,
right side
and
of the
Baldur's
universe.
Gate.
Yeah, bro.
And we're psychopaths, apparently.
Yeah, apparently, according to the that one website.
You listen to us fucking talk for this long, you might think we are psychopaths, but I mean, this was pretty entertaining.
We feed a lot of chaos to the Google machine.
And I think you could learn. Oh,
happy birthday, Google.
Happy birthday, Google.
25.
Yep.
Your brain's finally
Google.
developed.
Yes. Our Lord and Master.
Yeah.
Happy 25th.
I'm just going to climb out of the trash here. It's better.
Yeah.
Step out from behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm collecting bottle drives for the Boy Scouts. It's fine.
That's nice.
Yes, that's what I do. I do nice things anyway.
What you mean by that is that you're collecting up enough money that you can buy as many cookies as you can.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Gotta get those cookies. I know they're coming sometime.
I like the thin.
They haven't been by in like 7 years, but you just got all these cans everywhere.
What happened to them? Yeah. Right. And thanks to Tom's Foot Massage for sponsoring
massage.
Yeah. What was our sponsor?
Oh, they just sell feet. It was like Tom's
Foot Emporium.
Foot Needs or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Foot Supply. That's what it was.
Foot Supply. Tom's Foot Supply.
We'll edit this part out where we don't remember our sponsor's name.
Anyways, thanks a lot.
They're great. So yeah. If you need a foot, Tom's got your foot.
That's right.
Okay.
Bye.
Go see Diego at Tom's. Okay. Go. Just rewind it. Stop. You have to stop the recording. I'll just keep saying stupid shit. Quick, find the button. Quick. You can't